going to talk about the speaker keys, and they help the notes at the top of the bass staff speak clearly. The keys we're talking about are the high A key, and the high C key, and the high D key. You may not have this key, and I'll tell you what to do about that if you don't in a minute. But the high A, high C, and high D keys. And what the speaker key notes are the top line A, right above that the B flat, B natural, C natural, and D natural. We're going to skip C sharp. C sharp is not a speaker key note. We'll talk about it in a later chapter. So A, B flat, B, C, and D. The speaker keys help the note speak clearly. So I'm going to play, let's just take the first A, top line A, and I'm going to play several of those without the speaker key. I have a pretty good reed and a very good bassoon, but you might have heard a little bit of a bark, a little bit of an extra percussive sound at the beginning of the notes. If I push the speaker key down, it will speak very clearly, and all you hear is the articulation. So going back and forth. The other thing is it allows you to slur to the note. So I'm going to play the A below, which is a whisper key note, and then I'm going to slur to the A above, which is a speaker key note. So you're going to notice my thumb moving. It allows that slur to come out very easily. If I don't use the speaker key, it's not quite so easy. Nothing happens if I just lift my thumb off. If I do just faster air, that will help, but the speaker key is there for a reason, so let's use it. So you have choices about which speaker key you use. It's a generalization. Most people use the A key for the A and the B flat, the C key for the B natural and the C, and the D key for the high D. But you might find that everything sounds better if you use the high C key for everything. What you're looking for is the least pitch and tone disruption at the beginning of the note. So experiment. You might find, so let's see, if I play all of the notes A, B flat, B, C, and D using this speaker key, the C speaker key. Oh, if I put the right fingers down, that'll be better. So I'll start with A. Makes the D sound a little bit funny. Right? So if I do A and B flat, B and C, and D. It just depends on your particular bassoon. You may notice as you're using the speaker key, if I hold the speaker key down, it does change the sound and the pitch a little bit, but it's much better to have a good clear start to the note and be able to do a good slur. And I'll teach you this technique we call flicking in a future video. What I recommend is that all beginners just hold the speaker key down when they're first learning these notes, because otherwise they're going to start biting and pinching with their mouth, and that's not going to be good. So here's A. B flat. B natural. Sorry. The other thing I'm doing, I'm using the speaker keys, but I'm also blowing faster air for those upper octave notes, and that's what helps them keep nice and full in tone. The reason I got that kind of squirrely sound in the middle was I actually was playing my faster air on the low note, and it didn't quite work. So you've got to gauge your airspeed according to the octave you're playing in. So low notes are slower, higher notes are faster. And these speaker keys can really help. So I would learn to use them. To be able to do that, your thumb has to stay nice and light and soft and flexible. And once again, you've got to have this base of your index finger point of support is really important because that's going to allow your hand to stay relaxed so that you can move around.